Welcome back to the Adventurous Spirit podcast. We are starting this year off right.
That's right.
We are your hosts. I am Chris Raboyne, and this is my partner who's oh so swell, my partner and co-host, my wife, Noelle.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
I couldn't help but notice your very large hat.
Yeah, just wanted to start this year off on the right foot, and it'll be coming around later in the show today, so stick around to find out.
So welcome back, and welcome to 2024. Here we go.
Here we are. We're here right now.
Let's do this. We're so glad you tuned in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on wherever you like to consume your podcasts because we are bringing you a brand new show every Wednesday. So join the family, embrace your adventurous spirit, and follow along. You can follow us over on social media at The Adventurous Spirit because we have yet another amazing show lined up for you today. Noelle, what do we have to kick off the New Year forum?
Well, we're starting off on the right foot.
Right foot?
Right foot.
Right?
We have a short and sweet show lined up for you today for our first episode of the year because it's hard to commit to too much right at the beginning. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
We're starting off by getting a little witchy, the part of the show where I share with you a holistic health tip that helps support your mind, body, and spirit. Ayo. But first, do you smell that?
My milkshakes.
What's burning?
What's burning?
What's burning? The part of the show where we discuss hot topics and burning questions. And today we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions, statistics, and what people are trying to call in 2024.
Yeah, the resolutioners. I mean, are you still out there? Are we still doing this?
Well, according to this Forbes article, most of us are. In fact, I think there's upwards of over 80% of people are making New Year's resolutions and excited about them.
I mean, this is the time to be excited about them, but I feel like if we were all actually doing all of our New Year's resolutions every year, like we would all be like Superman right
Unstoppable by this
now.
point.
We'd have flying cars and free healthcare. It would be easy.
Well, okay, I take that back. So it's not 80% of people that are making them. However, out of all of the respondents, 80% of them feel confident in their ability to actually reach their New Year's resolution.
Set the bar low.
Just set it low and you'll get there.
If you only want to clean out the attic this year, you probably get it done.
And good for freaking you for doing that. But let's see what people are trying to call in 2024 compared to years past. So again, according to this article by Forbes, more people are wanting to improve their physical fitness this year, whereas last year, people wanted to prioritize their mental health above their physical health.
Right.
So it looks like out of everybody who says that they want to make a New Year's resolution for this year, 48% want to improve their fitness. That's New Year's resolution numero uno.
It's gotta be. That's the telltale resolution, right? I mean, we used to go to the gym pretty religiously for a few years.
Yeah.
And it was always that swell of the gym would just be 10 times more crowded from January till like March. We called those the resolutioners, you know?
It's true. When you're a regular gym goer, you're preparing for that first week of January where you can't find a parking spot. All of your favorite gym equipments are going to be used up by all the resolutioners. But you know what? I hope the gyms stay busy. I hope you stay committed to your New Year's resolution because you freaking deserve it, okay?
It's just that fact of like most people just either can't fit it into their daily schedule for a full year or they just lose interest, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's really hard to stay committed to like a fitness routine, especially when it requires you to leave your house and to go to the gym. Our fitness routine has changed over the years, but that's because we've made it adapt into our lifestyle to where we actually stay consistent with what we're doing. And you can master yourself in the gym, you can, but you can also really master yourself at home, which is what we have transitioned more into. And I have personally enjoyed a lot more and not feeling so overstimulated. Being at the gym, especially when it is crowded in January, it can just feel very overstimulating and overwhelming. But then coming in at number 2, 38% of people who want to make a New Year's resolution this year are wanting to improve their finances. Who doesn't? Yes, please. I'll take one of those. Then at number 3, at 36%, improving your mental health, which we just said it's great to mix that along with your fitness. And it's just as important, if not more important, than your physical health. And then 34% said that they want to lose weight, which I would never recommend being a goal. Like, your goal should never be to lose weight, because then all of a sudden we're putting emphasis on your weight and we're not taking into account everything else about yourself, like your genetic makeup and how you feel. Do you feel good? Really, weight is just a number, and it's going to be astronomically different from person to person. So I don't know. I get why this is on here, because it is such a focus in our culture, but I also hate that it's on here, because I wish people didn't think that that needs to be the goal.
Yeah, I would say your resolution should be to throw away your scale.
Yeah.
If you start hyper focusing on the number on the scale, it can be really, really discouraging
and damaging.
If you're a big guy and you're working out and you're lifting weights, you're gaining muscle. You might feel like, oh, I'm doing so much, but you realize, oh, I've actually gained a pound. It's like, yeah, because muscle is way heavier than fat. So
so I was going to say,
at the scale.
If you look up like what a pound of fat looks like, look at that. Look at what a pound of fat looks like. But then if you look at a pound of muscle, this shows a pen on this 5-pound fat blob, and then right next to it is a 5-pound muscle thing. It's a crazy, crazy difference. And this right here is exactly why you do not look at that number, because you could have lost 5 pounds of fat, but gained 5 pounds of muscle. And now guess what? You look better, you feel better. But if you hyper focus on the scale, you're going to be like, I haven't lost any weight. And it's like, BS, man. You've like put in the work. You've done it. You're looking great. Just keep going and throw that scale away. So here's an interesting statistic about New Year's resolutions for 2024 is that almost half of the people making them are making 3 or more New Year's resolutions for the year, and only 2.5% are committing to one. You guys are ambitious.
I can't even think of one that I have right now.
And then statistically, how long do resolutions last? This is one to really get into. So only 1% of resolutions last a full 12 months.
There you go.
1%. The percentage is topping off at 22% at month 2 and month 3, which you said, yeah, it usually kind of dwindles after March if committing to improvement of fitness is on your list. And let's not forget that technically New Year's is like not the beginning of the year. We are still very much in the dead of winter, which naturally we're just kind of as Homo sapiens still in our like hibernation season. And it's not until spring, the spring equinox, that the year actually starts, where we're supposed to be like readying ourselves to do something like this. So it's definitely not a bad time to start thinking about what you would like to do, but you don't have to hit the ground running necessarily, because again, we're still in the middle of winter, okay? Take care of yourself, take care of your immune system, but you don't have to put it into full gear just because it's January 1st.
It's all baby steps. It's like, what can I start chipping away at in 2024? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to start chipping away. Yeah.
And then here's a helpful book recommendation for you. If you're just trying to figure out a way to like build habits, Atomic Habits. It's a great book. The concept that we just mentioned a bit ago is actually called habit stacking, where you just like start one thing into your daily life until it becomes a habit. Now you're going to add something else to it, so you're never overwhelming yourself. And then boom, you wake up a decade later, and I've stacked a lot of really good habits in my life that help support my physical health, my mental health, and my spiritual health. So if you haven't read it yet, Atomic Habits, that would be a great New Year's resolution to add this book to your reading list this year. Now it's time to get a little witchy.
Oh, yeah.
The part of the show where I share with you a holistic health tip that helps support your mind, body, and spirit. Ayo.
Hey, yo.
I've been a registered nurse for the last 7 years. I have my bachelor's in nursing. I'm a self-taught yogi. I'm a neurolinguistic practitioner, a hypnotherapist, and a licensed coach.
Jeez.
It's kind of crazy. But even though I'm a licensed healthcare professional, I'm always looking for more of a holistic way of doing things. So I can imagine that there's probably quite a bit of you that feel like your abdominal muscles are weak, not super strong, makes a lot of things difficult. This could even extend into your pelvic floor. You might have a weak pelvic floor that's causing these weak abdominal muscles. And what this could look like for a lot of people is having some bladder issues, some endurance issues when it comes to exercising or not being able to perform a certain exercise. Speaking of New Year's resolutions, that could be a big reason why a lot of people are giving up because they experience a lot of pain when they perform an exercise.
Yeah, especially in the midsection. You can do some real damage real fast.
You have to make sure your core is strong because any movement that you're going to perform, any exercise that you're going to execute with precision, it's all going to be extending from your core. So you want that thing as strong as possible. Okay?
Okay.
So here's where you can get a little witchy and take things into your own hands at home by just performing these 2 simple breathing exercises. This is something that, again, you can add to your daily healthcare regimen, and it's only going to take you a few minutes. We're talking like less than 5. So if you go back to a couple other of our little witchy segments, you can add dry brushing, salt to your water, and these 2 simple breathing exercises for less than 10 minutes a day. It's really not that hard. So to start strengthening your pelvic floor and your abdominal muscles, you can start out with breathing exercise number 1. I like to start off with this one because guess what you get to do?
What?
You get to lay down.
Hey.
You get to lay down.
Sign me up.
So just lay down on the floor, on a yoga mat, on a blanket, and you're going to rotate your hips forward to make sure that the small of your back is flush with the floor. To make sure that you're going to perform this correctly, especially when you're first starting out, you can place both of your hands on your belly to make sure that you're going to be breathing correctly. You're going to be breathing from your diaphragm, which means that your belly is going to rise and fall with each breath that you take. Your chest should not be moving at all. It's all coming from your diaphragm and you're filling your entire belly with air. And with almost all breathing exercises, you're inhaling through your nose and you're blowing out through your mouth. A simple way to remember this is smell in the flowers and blow out the candles. So you're inhaling through your nose, and when you exhale, you are imagining and envisioning that all of the air is being pushed down and through your pelvic floor. So keeping your eyes closed, focusing on your breath, you can just lay on your back like this for a few minutes. Let your belly rise and fall with your natural breath and imagine your air leaving your pelvic floor every time you exhale. Now, you can easily go into the second breathing exercise by just rolling over and getting on your hands and your knees.
Hey, yo.
To start this one, you're going to completely relax your core. Let that belly fall, okay?
Easy.
Completely relaxed. Then you're going to tighten your core. And while your core is tightened, you're going to breathe through it. Once again, smelling in those flowers and blowing out those candles. This should feel difficult. It should feel difficult to breathe through this when your core is tightened, but you're just going to keep it tightened for as long as possible before then allowing your belly to relax. So then you're just going to alternate relaxing and tightening for as long as you really can handle it. Both of these breathing exercises are like rep until failure. And so what's important to note here is that you're not sucking in. You're not trying to just like suck in your belly, but you are just tightening your core and breathing through it as much as possible. So if you add these 2 simple breathing exercises to your daily routine, you're going to strengthen your abdominal core and strengthen your pelvic floor. Did I rhyme?
Did you?
I think I did.
You just earned that hat.
Hey! So there's 3 major benefits to adding these 2 breathing exercises to your daily healthcare regimen, and they are reduce anxiety, because you're spending more time breathing, allowing more oxygen to flow through. You are strengthening your pelvic floor and abdominal muscles. And bonus for all the ladies, this will decrease the pain of your period cramps by like 80 to 100%.
Yes.
I promise you. It's actually kind of amazing, and the reason why I even started doing these breathing exercises, not only to strengthen my pelvic floor, but I was looking for anything to decrease my period cramps. And this worked. And it wasn't medication, and it wasn't some hormonal treatment, and it wasn't a surgery.
Not witchcraft.
No, it was just some simple breathing
witchy.
exercise. Just a little witchy.
Yeah.
It's not too crazy. Boo! We've reached the end of today's episode. But that never means the adventures do.
Heck no.
And we're excited to experience the year ahead with all of you. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the family at the Adventurous Spirit. And hit that notification bell so that you don't miss next week's episode. And remember, adventure is out there, so embrace your adventurous spirit. Happy New Year, everybody. We hope that you start off on the right foot right.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.